Yo, what's good, you guys? Your boy Hypnos. I know it's been a minute since I last recorded a video, and I probably have a lot of explaining to do with this new setup and camera, but I'll get into that later into the video. Today, we're here to talk about RELL SEAS Movie 3 and what I think will be in the movie and what I want to be in the movie. And we also can discuss some side things that I think will be important to mention as well. Now, quick disclaimer before we start, it is currently 4 a.m. while I am recording, and I should have no reason to be up right now, but I am. So if I'm a little bit quiet, that's just because it's this time of the day. So you guys might need to turn your volume up or anything like that. Besides that, let's just get right to this video. I'm going to split this video into 3 parts, let's say. The first part will be what we want to be in the RELL SEAS Movie 3, as in you and me and, the fans of RELL SEAS. And then the second part will be what will actually likely be in RELL SEAS Movie 3. And then finally, like stuff about my crew and any side things I want to talk about, maybe some sneaks or something, I don't know. Alright, so first off, I'd like to discuss what I want to be in Movie 3 and what I think a lot of y'all will want to be in Movie 3 too. For me personally, the first thing I want to get into is just general progression or the quest system. I want to see just a gameplay, which I know this is very unlikely because they said they're going to just be talking and kind of yapping to each other, but I think it would be cool if we saw like a quest from point A to B, like just the actual way it would go about. I want to see a full playthrough of the quest, maybe just like fighting something, I don't know, but it doesn't have to be that detailed, but I just want to see the core gameplay loop that will make up most of our time at RELL SEAS, because let's be honest, most of the time we're gonna be doing quests or maybe chopping trees if some of y'all are weird or like that, but most of us will be doing quests. So I would just like some clarification on what that'll look like and how that will play out. The second thing I would like to see specifically is how do we get hockey. Now they said it in movie 2. First off, you're not going to have a spiritual tab right away. The spiritual tab is where you get your hockey abilities. We're not going to have that right away. It's not going to be in the game, or not in the game for us at the start. You have to unlock it, and they said you have to get it through character progression, which is basically a vague way of saying like we don't want to tell you yet how to get it. So there's a high chance they'll not actually say anything about this because they want the players to discover this themselves. So I totally understand if we end up not getting any information on how to actually get hockey, but on the off chance they do, I would like to see it. Maybe it'll be a quest. Hopefully it's not going to be like that dumb GPO Yeti quest where it was super repetitive and grindy. That was not fun. I don't want to do that again, so I hope it's nothing like that. But I think it's safe to say it's probably going to either be a quest or just throughout your gameplay you literally just unlock it because you reach a certain requirement. Maybe, I don't know, I don't think they have levels, so maybe not level, but you just during a certain achievement in the game is how you get hockey. That could be it. Probably not gonna get any information, but I would love to see that as well. And lastly, this one isn't really my personal thing, but this is what my boy and a lot of y'all have been wanting to see, just more crew system information. We want to see how crews will work, what are the limitations on it, if you can have like a huge crew or if it's gonna be a really small crew, or just other things like specific skills or buffs that you could be for being in a crew. I think a lot of us are curious if there's gonna be like any kind of alliance system or fleet system where crews can come together to form a giant fleet, because I know a lot of these big discords for RELL SEAS, there's a lot of huge crew discords, and that would really benefit them if they could make an alliance with each other and just build a giant crew alliance or crew fleet. So I'm sure a lot of y'all would want to see that, and I personally do want to see some of that too. Crew system, we need more information. Crews are obviously going to be a major part of RELL SEAS. A lot of people, especially these discords with giant crew members, are looking forward to that specific system in the game. So I think a lot of people want to know what the limits will be, such as how big crews can be, if you can make alliances with other crews to form giant fleets, because that would please a lot of people, and just other details like that. I don't know if they've talked about it yet, but I'm curious if there's going to be, conquest things for like conquest islands with your crew and you get benefits on that island. I think Arcane honestly has something like that. I don't know anymore, but I'm curious if RELL SEAS will do that. I'm not too sure what are the chances they'll actually talk about this in the movie, but I think a lot of people would appreciate if there was more light on crew information. A lot of y'all have been watching RELL SEAS videos. A lot of it has been based off of crews leads. One thing that seems like a lock is more boss fight showcases. RELL Bros love to drop boss clips in their movies, and movie 2 alone featured 2 full boss fights. Since then, we've already seen sneak peeks of at least 5 more bosses. It only makes sense that movie 3 will continue this trend. The big question is, what kind of bosses? Are there just going to be more standard enemies? Are we going to see more major story-based fights? Maybe we'll even get to see hints at raid bosses or world events where entire crews need to work together. Another thing that I think is kind of a lock in movie 3 is devil fruits, because I think we would all like to see more devil fruits. Devil fruits are the core of the One Piece power system, and while hockey is important, we haven't seen nearly enough devil fruit content lately. Given that they recently showed off a nearly completed Devil Fruit menu tab, it feels like they're due for a major showcase. Movie 3 could easily feature new Devil Fruits, possibly even full combat demonstrations showing how fruits interact with others, hockey, and weapons. Something that the RELL Bros consistently do in these showcases is go over what they've worked on and improve. The community feedback loop is a big part of the game's development, and we'll likely get multiple moments where they highlight changes, fixes, or enhancements that they made based on previous testing. Whether it's combat balance, movement tweaks, UI improvements, or polishing animations, Movie 3 will probably include a section dedicated to these refinements. The thing I think we would all like to see is some island previews, maybe Wano or something. This one's a bit of a reach, but there's a good chance we'll get more details on the available islands at launch. How many seas will be open for the start? Will we see a confirmed list of major islands? We know Wano has been teased, but is it coming at launch, or is it something players will have to work towards? Seeing an in-person preview of these islands would give us a much better idea of the game's scope on day one. Now, I'm not too researched on this, they might have talked about this more already, so take this with a grain of salt. Finally, the last thing I think we'll see throughout the movie 3, it probably won't actually be a focus, but just because the two RELL Bros will be fighting each other and like talking, we're likely going to see more weapons and how they work. So this next thing is weapons and like a detailed showcase and insights about them. One thing I'd love to see return is a dedicated weapon showcase like what they did in the earlier movies. A deep dive into how different weapons function, their attack patterns, and maybe even some insider tips on tactics. Something to like when they explained clicking on the sound in that one movie to parry things. I would love like little small stuff like that just to open the game up to us more. Lastly, I got some follow-up stuff based on like my webcam situation and my crew that I want to talk about. But y'all can totally skip this if you're done with the RELL SEAS things. I just want to address my personal like channel stuff. So first off, my crew right now is pretty underdeveloped. We're lacking a lot in pretty much everything. So anybody who joins my crew is gonna have a big role in it and a big influence on how it turns out. I'm probably just gonna have voting for like crew name, crew symbols, and all that good stuff, and like crew roles. So it's very open to whatever you guys want. So if you just want to be a part of my YouTube videos, because my crew is basically my squad that I play the games with in RELL SEAS. So if you guys just want to be a part of that, just join my crew Discord down below, which is also my server Discord, and yeah, you'll just have plenty of opportunities to grow in there and just change it how you like. Secondly, the webcam. To explain the webcam, I just kind of wanted to create more engaging content for you guys because I feel like the faceless channel stuff wasn't really that interesting and my views were going down because of it, so I wanted to change it up a little bit. I'm gonna get better at this because I know right now it's really raw, but just let me know if you guys have any tips for someone who's doing webcam stuff for the first time, and you know, anything else that I think would help. But that basically explains it. I'm just trying new things and we'll see how it goes. I'll get better at it with time. Lastly, if you guys want to just like follow me even closer, I got a TikTok. It's called Kamu Cans. Hey, you know, I'll put the link in the description down below. But it's basically just more of a personal brand for me where I can just post whatever I like, and it'll have like day in the life stuff like that if you want to join on that. So I'll have the TikTok link down below. Let me know if you guys are interested in that stuff as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know how you feel about the webcam. If you got any tips for me, I'm open to anything. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you guys next time.